Have you ever felt like you've been standing on the edge of something, not completely shut out, but then again, not fully part of it either? For this video, rather than talking about moments of being left out in the cold, in terms of my experience, I'm going to focus on moments of warmth, welcome, and inclusion. Hi, I'm Stephen McHugh. Welcome back to my channel, Stephen's Evolution, where I talk about my lived autistic experiences by aiming to share them through language. This video is going to focus on the phrase. To start with, I'm going to talk about its literal meaning. Imagine yourself being outdoors in cold weather, like in winter. I'm sure we've all been there, me included. And standing from the outside, you may imagine yourself looking in through a window, seeing warmth inside, and lights on, people taking their coats off, and all being settled in there. Whereas on the outside, it's all quiet. And on the inside, it's, as you might have seen, life is carrying on. One example of mine is one moment of warmth and welcome is linked to my music talent on the piano and my interest in music. Going back a few decades now to when I was about 11, around that time I was well into music and playing the piano, including music from famous past composers, including Beethoven and Chopin. Next door to me at the time were music students, one of whom took an interest in me after having their curiosity piqued from listening to me. On occasions, they invited me round to share their interest and talent with me, and me share my talent and show it to them there and then. During those moments, one thing I remember about them is their warm, welcoming and friendly personality. They often smiled at me. They're the fond memories I still have of them today and am reminded of whenever I play the piano. In addition, there were dogs as well next door living there at the time, and there were occasions when this student, a young woman at the time, would invite me round to walk with the dogs and her. Another example is my junior school. One thing that helped here was the culture created that helped me to feel, that play helped to play an important part in helping me feel welcome. During my time there, I made some friendships and got invited round to some birthdays and also invited on outings, including bike rides around the neighbourhood. Once the school got enough of an understanding of my circumstances, they were then in a position to put support measures in for me to help support me as best they could during my education there. One thing they picked up on was my music talent and granted me opportunities to showcase my music talents on the piano, including a solo piece. Not only that, but my music talents were enough to get me a place in an orchestra for a play that I remember being The Wizard of Oz. That was musical to some extent. In addition, another thing that stands out for me from school was being allowed to do personal projects that were different from whatever the curriculum was back then. It was the school's flexibility in allowing this, since it was judged that I wouldn't be able to get much out of whatever the rest of my class were doing. They were personal projects on trees and music. subjects that I was greatly interested in at the time. And now, the final example is what inspired this idiom for me to talk about being left out in the cold. It is close to Christmas at the time of recording this. For me, the way I look at it is, it's the feeling of more than just being invited. It's the inclusions are what's more important for me. Here, it was a chance to showcase my music talents at Christmas gatherings. These inclusions for me take place in warm environments. Questions for you. What does the phrase mean to you in terms of others making you feel welcome? And what have you done to make others feel welcome in events gone by, especially including those who may find socializing more difficult? Goodbye for now. Take care. Enjoy Christmas and New Year safely. And for some extra fun, I'm going to include a video with some Christmas idioms you can have a go at. That will be out early next week, a few days before Christmas. And in the new year, I'll be back with my usual weekly videos on Friday the 9th of January.